Hi, scientists. My name is Mrs. Knight, and today we are going to go through your digital student journal for Unit 4 Sun, Moon, Stars. You will notice on your journal, please make sure you have it open, that you have a box to type your name. Please do that now. You can press pause at any time to complete your work. For this lesson, we will be focusing on the stars. This lesson has 4 parts. First, the introduction, which is the I do, where I will model for you and we'll work together. Then we have the independent work section, which will become the we do, where you will have a choice of how to work. Then there's the check for understanding. That's the you do, where you will have a choice in a way to answer a question to show what you know. And then there's the wrap up where we'll come back together and discuss all that we've learned. So this is our unit on the sun, moon, and stars. The focus question for this lesson, what I want you to tune into, is how do the stars appear to change position in the sky? Our success criteria for today is to be able to identify key stars in the sky at night and to relate constellations, that's our new big word, constellations, to the ability to identify the same star or stars at different times during the same night or on different nights. So here we go. Let's get started. Long ago, people looked at the stars. People connected the stars in the sky and created an image. They saw different groups of stars during different seasons. They saw patterns in the stars. Star pictures are called constellations. Can you say that big word? Try it with me. Constellations. Look at this image of the night sky. Here are some stars that we are looking at. And then there are these imaginary lines that connect the dots to make two different constellations, the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. Have you ever looked up in the sky and connected the stars like dots to make an image? So I'm going to pause teaching right here, and I'm just going to show you how I'm going to answer this question. So just like you have your digital student journal in edit mode, here's my digital student journal, and I'm going to move it into edit mode. In order to answer this question, I'm going to type my answer. I can always print this student journal as well and write my answer with paper and pencil. I am going to click Tools, click Voice Type Speaker Notes, and I get my little microphone pops up on the screen. I can move this microphone around. I could bring it right to the question so that I can see the question. I'm going to click the microphone to answer the question. Have you ever looked up in the night sky and connected the stars like dots to make an image? When the sky is dark enough, I look up, see the bright stars, and make pictures in my mind by connecting the stars like dots, period. So you click again to turn off voice typing. I'm going to remove the microphone and I'm going to read what I wrote to make sure it's what I wanted to say. When the sky is dark enough, I look up. There's my comma. See the bright stars and make pictures in my mind by connecting the stars like dots. So I did notice that there are capital letters in my sentence where they don't belong. So before I add my sentence into the box. I'm going to triple click it, highlight the entire sentence. I'm going to go to Edit, copy that, click inside the blue box, and then let's make sure my cursor is there. So when I see the blinking cursor, I know it's there. And then I'm going to do Edit, paste, and there is the sentence that I just spoke into the computer. So I just want to make this a different color so my teacher knows that this was my answer. And I can also format the size, make it bold, so you can see this is my answer. This is what we're going to be talking about today. So what does that mean? Well, let's see. Let's pretend this is the sky, and these black dots are stars in the sky. I can imagine an image by connecting the stars. Here is a quick video that we will watch together.
Oh, hey guys! It's just gotten dark here, so we're spending a little time before bed looking at the night sky. And sometimes we like to look up at the stars and make up funny stories about the things that we see. Have you ever looked up at the clouds during the day and thought about what they looked like? A duck, an alligator, a shark, or even a bear? Well, people do the same thing with the stars, and they've done so for thousands of years. I'm sure you've noticed on a nice clear night how there are so many stars in the sky, more than you can probably count. Some stars look brighter to us than others, and the darker it is where you live, like if you're really far from the lights of a city, the more stars you can see. And for a long time, people have seen pictures among certain groups of stars, just like connect the dots. These groups of stars are sometimes called constellations, and scientists still use the names of these constellations to describe different parts of the night sky. Probably the most famous group of stars that's easiest to find is the Big Dipper. If you live in the northern hemisphere, you can spot it pretty easily in the northern part of the sky. It's made of 7 bright stars, and if you connect the dots of those stars, you'll see a big squarish bowl with a really long handle sticking out of it. In the United States, some people thought the stars looked like a big ladle or spoon, so they called it the Big Dipper. But just like the fluffy clouds we were talking about, groups of stars can look different to different people. In Great Britain, for example, the same 7 stars are called the Plough because they were thought to look like a farmer's plow. And people in Germany thought it looked like a wagon. And those same stars also reminded lots of ancient people of a giant bear. Scientists today consider the Big Dipper to be part of a bigger constellation that they call Ursa Major, for Great Bear. The Big Dipper is easiest to find in the summer when it's higher in the sky. So the next time that you're outside and it's dark, look up and see if you can find any of these constellations or other groups of stars. Or you could just make up your own. Okay, Squeaks, let's find something that looks like a rat. See you next time on SciShow Kids!
Now it's time for us to work together. Anytime you see this icon in a light blue box, you are going to be expected to write a response. You have a choice when you see that blue box. You can type your answer right in the blue box. You can write your answer by either printing the slide or using paper and pencil. You can choose to do this work on your own or with a buddy, or you can voice type like I showed you earlier. Here's a short video to remind you how to do that if you choose to voice type. So you can click that to watch it at any time. You will notice that on your independent work slides, there is a circle with a speaker. You can click to hear the text on the page read if you choose to. There are 3 independent work slides that you are going to complete for this lesson. And then on your own, you have a check for understanding. When we're all done with that, and the timer goes off, We're going to come back together as a group and we're going to talk about it. We'll discuss all that you've learned and all that you did in a group discussion. That's it. You'll be all done. Don't forget to turn in your work. See you next time.